Yeah, y'all come on in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm out here. The tailgate experience.
All the way up. You're about to take the victory. Go. All right. Keep down. What do we got right here? Who in the house right here? All right.
Hold on up. A happy birthday to this.
Y'all know what time it is. Monday Night Football don't need no back to hit. I'm trying to tell you. The shit. All right. Who we got right here? We got some right here. We got Wonder Woman right here. All right. And taking out. All right. What you guys say? What you guys say? Miss Panther? Panther Lynch. All right. Miss Panther Lynch. Jack Burger. All right. Yeah. Y'all keep down. Let's get it. All right. Right here, y'all at Royal Riot. Tailgate one. Oh, man. It's on. We told y'all we gonna be out there soon. And y'all know what's happening. All right.
Yeah, your boys are in the building, man. This your boy Dub Q, and I'm rocking in here with the GOAT. What's going on with you tonight, GOAT? How you feeling?
I ain't doing nothing, man. Chilling, just chilling. Laid it back.
Yes, sir, man. It's a beautiful night on the Tailgate Experience, man. So come on in the building, comment, like, subscribe. Y'all already know what time it is. We talking Drake Maye tonight, and I wanted to put it out there because I'm gonna highlight each one of the young rookies and their training camps. I'm gonna do it at individual times. Tonight, the spotlight is gonna be on yours truly, UNC's very own Drake delivered the ball Maye. Now, before I even get started, I know this is one of GOAT's favorite players, so I'm going to allow him to give us a little bit of background on how he feels about Drake Maye, if you want to, GOAT.
Well, how I feel about Drake Maye. Drake Maye is a Charlotte kid, North Carolina product. Like you said, UNC's very own. 2 year starter there, right after Sam Howell. Um, like I said, we're gonna go over some things about Drake Maye's mechanics, which he never had great mechanics or textbook mechanics. A lot of times when you have the longer, taller quarterback, they tend to have a wind up cue. You know what I mean? The Cam Newtons had it. A lot of the linkier, longer guys have it because they're just linkier and longer. And a lot of the good quarterback coaches want you to be compact, drop step, you know what I'm saying? Throw it with the hips and stuff like that. A lot of times these guys are stronger like that. They rely on their arm just like a catapult, you know what I mean? And the technique is what like I said, some quarterback coaches will say wrong. They want them the hips, the legs, the throwing motion. And I guess we're gonna talk a little bit about that coming out of camp, what they're saying coming out of camp. But he never had like I said, write a textbook type mechanics. Never had it like that. It was just the God given 6'4", 200 some odd pounds, very strong, just God given ability to play the quarterback position. That's Drake Maye in a nutshell. Born to play the position.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, before we do anything, I'm going to play a little bit of a clip from Albert Breer, and it speaks to the development of Drake Maye and how it's coming along in the Patriots camp. So once again, if you're a Patriot fan, come on into the tailgate experience. If you're watching us on Twitter right now, come on in. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Show us that love. Let's get into it as we do.
Bert Breer is here from MMQB Sports Illustrated. So let's find out what he is hearing. What are you hearing about the development of Drake Maye?
I've heard it's going great. Like, honestly, and that's from multiple people today. And there's people who've been there every day. They say the progress has been incremental. Now, that doesn't mean he's making these huge leaps, but day over day, they're seeing really good progress. You see the arm talent. And what they're really trying to do right now, this guy has, what they've found since they got him in the building is he has almost no footwork training. So what he was doing in college was without having much training at all when it comes to tying his feet, to how he throws, to the play call. So they've been working through that. He hasn't done a lot under center historically, going back to high school and college. So a lot of his work has been under center and trying to get him to learn to do that. But, when he ties it all together, you see the talent. And what they're seeing is elite downfield accuracy. So you see that, like where you can throw it to the third level at a really high level. You're seeing an ability to go through progressions. Like they're seeing him going from 1 to 2 to 3 based on what they're able to throw at him in coverage. And then there's not panic. And I think that's another thing that can help him get on the field. It's like what you want to be sure of when you're a coach is that he's not going to go out there and kind of look like he's all over the place. And what they're seeing right now is a kid who does not panic, who isn't forcing the ball when the picture gets jumbled on him, because that's what's going to happen with all young quarterbacks. So again, doesn't mean he's ready to start, but what they're seeing is a kid who is learning and who is applying what he's learning onto the field, which is the first step towards becoming a better quarterback.
So they're seeing all this. Are they seeing this in the limited reps? And if they are, I guess the obvious question is, why isn't he getting more? Why not try to put a little more on his plate in this situation?
Because they're trying to work through everyone with everyone right now. For example, like one thing I've heard they're doing down there is they're working on the communication on defense. So the two starting safeties are playing together a lot, but they're playing together with a mix of different corners, right? So they're moving from group to group together. So they're trying to get Jacoby Brissett ready to start. So he's getting most of the reps with the ones. But Drake Maye has gotten reps with the ones, not necessarily the practices that are open to the media, but he has gotten reps with the ones, and Bailey Zappi has gotten reps with the ones. And I think the feeling is over time, you're going to start to see Drake Maye working more consistently with the twos, and then you see whether or not he can turn it into a real competition.
Is it possible he's ahead of schedule?
I think
the other thing to this. And then I guess the question is, what's the schedule? But I just wonder, if that's part of limiting the reps because they don't want him to get far ahead of schedule.
I think one of the things that can be really instructive is looking at his own journey, right? Like kind of like looking what he went through in college. And so his first year, they had an all-conference quarterback in Sam Howell, who winds up starting in the NFL, right? He didn't play much his freshman year. His redshirt freshman year coming back, he gets thrown in there, and he was ready. Right? That was why everybody was talking about him coming out of 2022. This guy is a lock to be the second pick in the draft behind Caleb Williams. But now we all know what happened after that. He loses his offensive coordinator. A lot of the guys that were around him aren't around him again in 2023. It was a little bit of a mess last year because of some of the circumstances around him. I think people who've been around the kid would tell you that he's going to benefit from that. And I hate to keep bringing up this name because it does put expectations on him, but same sort of thing happened with Josh Allen at Wyoming, where he had a great junior year at Wyoming, great redshirt sophomore year at Wyoming, right? And then he comes back as a fourth-year junior, and a lot of the circumstances around him had changed, and his play leveled off a little bit. Same sort of thing happened to Drake, and I think Josh Allen would tell you now that he benefited from having to go through that, where he had to carry the team at Wyoming in 2016 or in 2017 going into the 2018 draft. I think people who've been around Drake would tell you the same sort of thing probably happens with Drake, where he's going to be able to learn from what he went through last year in North Carolina.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You heard that, Go?
Yeah. And like I said, that you see, I was telling it. That's what I was saying earlier. I didn't say it in depth like that right there, but I never heard that video till you played it right there. But that's in a nutshell. Like I said, that's exactly what happened. Like I said, he got thrusted into it behind Sam Howell, and then the next year, like I didn't even say that I ain't gonna make excuses for him, but he lost all his weapons except for when Tez Walker came. after his little tidbit because he jumped in the portal and they didn't want to let him come in and play. You know how that story ended out, but they still won a bunch of games. And it was basically like, yo, we don't have time to get your footwork and get this and that. His natural ability, Q, just won him games and got him where he's at.
Yeah, raw talent is what got him to this
Raw
point right
talent.
now. And if you
Yeah.
can coach this young fella up, you know, and I know good and well that they're looking at this guy for the foreseeable future. That's why they went out and got Jacoby Brissett. Like, I got the roster up right now, as everybody can see on the screen. I want to talk about potentials of this roster and what this offense could look like with, Jacoby Brissett or Drake May behind the realms at quarterback. Now, starting off, they got Ramondre Stevenson at running back, which we saw him. He had a great last season as running back. My man posted very decent numbers. But going forward, they went ahead and I think Antonio Gibson was another guy that they said, hey, we want to make sure we show up this running back position for our young guy that's coming in. So we want to make sure we have a dual running back set that we can really let the young guys rely on. And I think here is where they made the most of what they did because, yes, they got Kendrick Bourne and Demario Douglas as the starting wide receivers, but look right there. They went and got Washington's own Jalen Polk. They got Juju Smith-Schuster, KJ Osborne. I mean, we still haven't seen Keyshawn Boutte touch the field. Jalen Rager is also there as well. They got a little bit of young talent in that receiving corps. I think, if you ask me, Kendrick Bourne and Juju Smith-Schuster should be the starters there. I like
Probably
him a little bit
Juju,
more.
Yeah. Juju. Yeah. But see, Q, right? Oh, excuse me. Right here. This is a perfect situation. This is a perfect situation to reflect on a situation what we have in the Panthers. And we right here on Tailgate, we talk about everybody. Okay, if you reflect on what the Patriots can do with this, right? Expectations. You see what I'm saying? You see the word what I just come up with? Expectations. Right? They don't have, if you're a Patriots fan, you don't have a lot of expectations. You're hoping that this team can come out the cellar right now. That's what you want. Right? To get back to the former glory. So the expectations of this team is not sitting there talking about winning the division or going to the Super Bowl or even making the playoffs. They're wanting to build a roster. They know that they're in a rebuild, Q.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, look at the
Expectations
young
are
talent that they got on every level. Because think about it. Take a look right here. You got Drake May that you got second overall on the running back level.
Third.
I'm sorry, third overall.
Yes.
Then you got young talent in the running back room, all the way down to Terrell Jennings. Then you look around with a receiver. Now this is just me. If I ran out with Kendrick Bourne and Juju and then Jalen Polk, those are three really good receivers to start your receiving corps because I'm going to put it like this. Kendrick Bourne is a number 2 receiver. Juju is a number 2 that can be a number 1 in certain systems, but he's still a number 2. But Jalen Polk is also, they got a bunch of number 2 receivers, but with the right quarterback, one of them boys could be elevated. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you take Jacoby Brissett, Q. You can win a couple games with Jacoby. You understand what I'm saying? It's called a bridge quarterback. You pick Drake at number 3 overall. First round, number 3. Top 5. That's your quarterback of the future. If you don't want to start Drake May because you didn't give up an arm and a leg to go up and get Drake May, you let Drake May fall to you in the draft, who was first, second, or third best quarterback, fourth best, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever how you wanted to get him, that's what they was high on. They picked Drake May at number 3. They didn't spend no draft capital or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
They went out and they got other pieces this year in the draft. They're gonna go and get other pieces come next year, Q. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I
If you
got you.
want to rock with Jacoby Brissett
Mm-hmm.
till week 8, trade him off to another quarterback needed team, or let him go ahead and end the year and come with Drake May the last 4 or 5 games of the season. You understand? The
Yeah.
expectations over there are not. We're
Yeah.
rebuilding.
So check this out. Even though they're rebuilding, I just listed to you 3 good receivers that are number 2s in this league, which is there's nothing wrong with being a number 2. But when you got
Yes,
tight ends like this, when you got Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, and look who they drafted. Jaheim Bell from Florida State.
yes,
That
sir.
huge, that huge tight end that we were saying, with the Panthers, we would have been all right taking him too. That young fella is the number 3, and they got 2 good ones in front of him to go with. So you don't need to have a true number 1 when you got 3 really good tight ends. Set it right there like that. And then you look at this O line. They went and got Onwanu as right tackle. He's gonna transition to left tackle eventually. That's what we know that for certain.
You
He's
know
gonna
that for certain.
transition. Now you look at David Andrews, probably one of the best centers in the league. And then you got a lot of these other guys that are coming into their own. You got Seaton Wallace. You got City Soul. City Soul, it's going to take a while for him to show probably, but he should be solid this year. And then you got Cole Strange, who's battling an injury right here. He's questionable for week 1 with a knee injury. So you probably going to see somebody like Verdon Lowe right here probably transition to that guard because he can play guard and tackle. We saw him in last year's draft where they had a potential to get. He was one of those tackles that we wanted last year.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get him though. And look at this name right here. Don't it look familiar? Mike Jordan. On the 3rd string, Michael Jordan, who used to be with us.
Right where he needs to be. 3rd string, practice squad, or sitting at home.
Which tells me he probably ain't gonna make this team because
he probably won't make the team.
Yeah, he won't make the team because they ain't gonna take nothing but probably about 10, maybe 11 offensive linemen into the 53-man roster, and I don't see it happening with him. But I just wanted to highlight this offense because with that offensive line, those 3 good tight ends, you got Jalen Pope, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kendrick Bourne, Ramondre Stevenson. They could have a very, very good offensive output, and I think people are sleeping on what they potentially could do. Go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just like people tell me all the time that I'm negative on certain things and this and that, but when you start to see somebody building stuff right from the foundation, Q, then you see a building being built from the foundation, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can
And
see
you're
it.
starting with good bricks, good mortar, good wood. You know what I'm saying? You're starting with good material.
Yeah, and it didn't take them 7
Okay.
years to do
Then
it.
therefore you can say, oh well, shit, y'all went to Lowe's and got that, right? You went to Builder Supply and got that. You didn't go to Arthur's Hardware behind the back alley, and you know what I'm saying, and got a load of particle board. Nah, you went and spent your little money and got you some good wood to start building your foundation, building bricks and mortar, cinder blocks. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to end up doing it the right way. And see, Gerard Mayo is coming in there, first year coach, and going to put his stamp on things. He's got an owner that chose him. It was all in his contract and everything like that. So you already know. You ain't like, oh, I wonder if this guy picked this guy. I wonder if that guy picked that guy. No, they ain't in that situation right there. They ain't in that situation. He's going to sit Drake or play him. It don't really matter because the expectations are not sitting there talking about Super Bowl winning the division, and things like that. The expectations is let's get this guy's footwork. We ain't talking about he don't know the plays or he can't make all the throws or this and that. You listen to the clip that you played earlier, right? And it was positive
Yes, sir.
about a young quarterback who got thrusted into a red shirt year into starting, and then the next year all his weapons left. Not making excuses for him, but you
Hmm.
didn't have time for his footwork. And do you see Q? Do you see the gap between being a starter in college and being a starter in the NFL?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
I mean, number one, in college, he was dynamic. This guy was out there giving the business. In the starting world of the NFL, they're saying, okay, what you just did was good, but you need to represent footwork to be able to come out here and consistently be dynamic. Because one, the NFL, they're faster, they're bigger. Look, the game is way faster for a young rookie, and we want to make sure we transition you along the correct way. You didn't see them just draft him at number 3 and say, okay, you're going to start tomorrow. They didn't say that. They said, no,
Yeah,
we got Jacoby Brissett here for a reason. Now, this is how you transition a rookie
yes,
along the
yes,
correct way. This is why you go and
yes.
get a veteran and you have him as a bridge quarterback. You just don't thrust the rookie. I don't give a damn if he's number 1 or number 2 overall. This is why you take your time, because you're going to have the correct way to make sure, because if you know his footwork is his downfall, you work with him until you see it gets better. You just don't throw him
Yes.
out there and say he's going to be throwing off his tippy toes and it'll look better. No, you don't do that.
Yes, sir.
What's up with you,
There you go.
Chris? See, what's happening with both of y'all, man? What's going on, brothers?
I see y'all in the house, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
But you're
Go.
exactly right, Q. You're
This is how
exactly
you
right.
do it. This is how you
That's how
do
you
it.
do it.
We need to take notes on how you
Take
bring a young quarterback along. This is how you do it.
and then you develop. You start to put, like I said, put all those pieces around this guy. Now, like I said, if they wanted to throw him out there and say iron sharpens iron, and you got him working with one of the best quarterback coaches or whatever, and Trevor Lawrence, like everybody want to use Trevor Lawrence all the time. Hey, it did the same thing for Trevor, and you seen flashes, good flashes, and you
Yes,
seen
sir.
flashes, and then you seen a 1, 2, 3, and then a skid, and then a skid, and then 3 or 4 games put together, and then a little skid, and three. He had a rough road, but he came out on the other end. What happened? Playoffs.
Well,
No-
and once you get that toxic situation, which was Urban Meyer, once they got him out of the door, like I said, he more concerned about dancing at the damn bar versus or bringing Tebow in as a tight end, a man that had no history or background playing that position is making the
Mhm.
roster in a position that he should not be.
Yeah.
It's buffoonery, is what it was.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jamar Mayfield. He said, "My guy Drake May." Look, shout out to Drake May as well. This young fella is going to be a-okay because Gerard is like, I'm not gonna just Mayo ain't gonna just throw this guy out here. He has
No.
time from his owner. He has time from old Robert Kraft. He gonna have 3 years to bring this young boy along. So the first year, this boy
Easily.
might not even play.
Easily 3 years. Easy three
Yeah.
years. Easy. Gerard, think about it. Gerard Mayo was the heir apparent to Bill Belichick. They already had it in the contract, everything. So that means the defense is going to be on point. We're just going to get this offense together, clicking like it need to be. Jacoby Brissett, more than likely, y'all. Let's something drastic happens. You hear what they said? Jacoby Brissett is getting all of the ones right now, working with the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Drake and Bailey Zappa is gonna battle it out to work with the two. You're gonna see these guys in them joint practices and the preseason and things like that. the day one opener or whatever they got, wherever they go, you're gonna see Jacoby Brissett. And then see, you got to think somebody sat down to the table, Q, over there in that organization, and they said, okay, man, we're not competing with the Bills. They started looking in the mirror, Q. They looked in the mirror. They did some reflecting. They said, we're not gonna beat the Bills. We're not gonna beat the
As
Jets.
constructed, we gotta make sure we have the quarterback to be able to go toe to toe with them boys.
Yeah. We're not gonna beat the Dolphins. Like you just said, as constructed right now. Where we at right? We're a little young in the tooth to go up there and try to, go up there and knock on their door and try to bully them or be bad. We're gonna get knocked out. We're gonna get knocked out. Come to their house or they come to our house or whatever. We ain't ready yet. So when you're ready for war, you go get ready. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to be ready when time comes. You're already ready.
So quick question, Go, because shout out to Jamar Mayfield for this one right here. He said he was improving every week, but this is the one. They got 4 quarterbacks: Jacoby Brissett, Drake May, Bailey Zappi, and Joe Milton. I forgot about Joe Milton from Tennessee.
Oh, they did take Joe Milton for Tennessee, didn't they?
Joe Milton is their 4th quarterback. So if you had to get rid of, because think about it, Drake May is his guy, Joe Milton is his guy. Now, Jacoby Brissett, you know his style, dual threat quarterback. Joe Milton, they drafted to come in there. Is the handwriting on the wall for Bailey Zappi?
All day.
Wow.
Say, get your ass up out of here. We will feature you. That's why they say him and Drake will play there in the preseason. We said they fighting over number 2, which Drake May will easily do him. Easily do him. Joe Milton is a straight up project at best.
So that means to tell me Bailey Zappi will be putting on showcase for tape for another team, and they're going to keep Joe Milton as the number 3, let him develop. Drake May will go into this season as a number 2, and Jacoby Brissett will be the starter. That way he can bring these young boys along. All I'm saying, Go, is shout out to Gerard Mayo for being a brilliant coach on how to bring these young quarterbacks along. Because this is how you do it, cuz. I'm liking his tenure starting off as the new coach of the New England Patriots. Even though I despise those Patriots so much as a Panther fan, but I'm liking the way that they have started this thing off.
And then break them all down, just like you said. Jacoby Brissett can move out the pocket. Drake May got wheels too. He can move out the pocket. We don't see him do some people with his legs. And Joe Milton, the same thing. All of them big, tall, strong guys. You know what I'm saying? So all of them can sit there and develop right behind Jacoby.
Yeah, man. Look, my man Jamar Mayfield said, yup, Bailey Zappi low-key knows he's gone. And shout out to Kitty17. Said, good evening. Hope my guys had a great weekend. Well, it's your boy Q here too. You can't.
I know he feel bad, Kitty. Don't leave him out. Don't leave him out.
Come on.
Don't leave him out. Hey, we glad to see you up in here in the tailgate. No doubt.
Man, it's all love, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. So all I'm saying is I want to come highlight, showcase that the light bulb is now clicking for Drake May. That was the report. And I'm looking at, like I said, we broke down the roster. We broke down the wide receivers, Jalen Polk. We broke down, a lot of the guys that they have as weapons, the tight ends. I've been enjoying the direction of his potential career. And we're going to be back to you guys once camp starts and we get to really, really get the storylines. We're going to really break that thing down. And next up, we're going to have Caleb Williams. I'm going to break down Caleb Williams, and we're going to talk a little bit about what he has been doing in camp the next time you see me. So it'll probably be, your boys coming through. We're going to talk a lot about this, man. We're going to give y'all the content around the young rookie mini camps. So, Go. You got anything you want to add to this thing?
No, man. This is going to be some good segment with the young rookies. You got Caleb Williams, over there in Washington, Jaden Daniels, man, Bo Nix. Oh my goodness, Bo Nix with Sean Payton.
Bo.
Oh man, I'm gonna be watching that all season. You know, uh, the underdog. You want to call him underdog? I might start calling him underdog, the underdog, cause
Yeah.
they not expecting Bo to do nothing, man. And y'all, oh my goodness, Bo getting
You
ready to
want to
shine
know
on
who I'm
Bo.
the most excited about?
Who that?
JJ.
Oh, hey, JJ over there in Minnesota.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My
I
dog.
mean, yeah. You know,
Kitty,
you
kitty.
can't. This is gonna be an exciting football season. We had six. I don't. I mean, you got to get some other guys that would know. Say like, oh man, 100 years ago this happened or whatever. I don't know when six quarterbacks went like that.
Yeah, Michael Penix. You got JJ McCartney, Bo Nix, Caleb Drake, and then Daniels, Jalen Daniels. So, like I said, a lot of people told us that it wasn't going to go down like that. We weren't going to see six guys in the first round. And the
No,
more and
no,
more you
yeah,
think about how you saw this thing going, everybody is quarterback hungry because it's the single most important position in all of football and American sports
yeah.
as well. It's the most important.
I remember, like I said, I remember arguing people. Well, Bo Nix gonna be a third round at best. I said, no, bro, Bo going in the first round. But no, they didn't want. I mean, they didn't want to believe me. And then
Mm-hmm.
I looked at a model. I looked at a model one time, Q, and I said, well, okay, that can happen. Where Vegas called us, of course, and that's what everybody was thinking. Vegas was gonna call us and get Penix at 33. And I said I could see that. And then we dropped down to where they were like I think it might have been in the 40s or something like that. And they give us like a first that second round and a third round or something like that, a fourth round for swapping them picks with them. But hey man, them quarterbacks started coming off that board Thursday night and they didn't stop.
Mm-hmm. I think to me, I saw, and this is how I saw it. We know that it was a lot with Chicago taking Caleb Williams. We knew that Drake May. I thought Drake May would potentially went next, but Jalen Daniels ended up going next. And once Jalen Daniels went where he went to Washington, I said, okay, this right here told me how the ball was falling. Now, Atlanta shifted up a lot of things when they took Michael Penix. Because to me, Michael Penix, yes, he was the best deep thrower in this entire draft, but I would not take him. If I was Atlanta and I was trying to win, and I wanted to say, hey, I want to take things to the next level, I would have took JJ or Bo Nix right there for the foreseeable future of what I was trying to build, because they went and got Kirk Cousins. Well, those two young fellas, to me, are young Kirk Cousins in the makings. You know what I'm saying? They're solid guys. They're efficient. They're not going to throw away a game for you, but they are also, you can build around them and make this thing into a contender if you was trying to do that. But Atlanta went the opposite way, and they said, hey, we think the deep ball is where we're going to be in the next couple of years.
And
We
then
want this young fella.
yeah. I think they're gonna get some receivers come next year, whether it's free agency or through the draft, they're gonna go get some speedsters, bud. And like that thing. Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all, us as Carolina Panthers, cause you on Black Cat Panther podcast, we better go get some corners.
Yeah.
With some horses. Because they getting ready to go get some speedsters. You can see it. You can see the writing on the wall. Kirk Cousins gonna be in there 2 years, and they getting ready to go get some speedsters that can go down the field. And they getting ready to open it up. I'm sorry. And that backfield is just gonna prove it. It's dynamic as it is right now, but they getting ready to get behind the defense.
Yeah, kitty, you're right. As a Raider fans, they basically shut off y'all hopes to get Michael Penix, because Had they not pulled a move that they pulled and they would have waited to the second round, you guys would have probably ended up with him.
Yeah, they'd
If
ended
not
up with
him,
Michael Penix, no doubt.
yeah,
Yeah,
they'd
no
have him.
doubt. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they'd ended up with Michael Penix, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's where he was projected to go, either second round or right there at pick 13.
Mm-hmm. And so you could thank Atlanta for knocking that off. So
yeah,
I can't wait to see how this thing is going to shape up because, like I said, we're going to speak on all 6 of the rookie quarterbacks that went in the first round. We're going to pick a designated date to speak on each one of them. So make sure if y'all on the tailgate, y'all got y'all notifications on, and y'all can come on in here and tell a neighbor and tell a friend about it because we're going to start talking that NFL talk. There's a lot going around this season, and I'm going to be excited to be here with you guys. And hold on. Kitty said, "Oh no, don't get it twisted. I'm a Panther fan since day one." I hear you. You better rep for your city. You better tell them, Kitty. But yeah, anything else you got go?
No, not much Q, man. I think we hit those QBs on the knob. They tell a little bit about Drake May. How things are going in camp. That we're predicting that he probably. Well, no, I predicting ain't no probably. Jacoby Brissett will be the starter day one over there because the expectations are not to have him on billboards and they're not worried about him in front of the whatever or the guy carrying the team. They're going to bring this guy along. They're actually saying they're in a rebuild. They're using the bad word that we couldn't use over here. They're using the bad word.
Here you go.
They
Shout
didn't
out
say
to
retool, rebuild. Yeah.
Shout out to Dom34. He said, smash the like and subscribe. I was in Hilton Head, South Carolina this past weekend. And then he said, I'm going to be in Mount Pleasant on Tuesday and Wednesday. What's going on with you, Dom, man? Hope all is well with your brother. Mount Pleasant, that's my side of town over there. You be right in the same area.
Yeah, Hilton Head, man. It was nice weather this weekend, too, to be over there in Hilton Head. Showed up.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So, without further ado, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boys, and we are out.